Greg Marchand. Welcome to another episode of the Virtual Instructor-Led Training Program brought to you by the Service Sales Academy. In this episode, I want to talk to you about selling wheel alignment. Now, we've talked about selling tires in another episode and the importance of alignments with tires. So let's just focus on alignments here. And also remember, we have a technical knowledge for service advisors section on what wheel alignments are. So you can get a little bit more technical about wheel alignments should you choose to. Now, I want you to remember the buying process. I know we talk about this again and again and again, but it is critically important to your successful selling of anything, not just wheel alignment. Remember, the buying process starts with determining need. I need something. In class, I use the I am hungry, I need food. Okay, here it is, I need an alignment. Now, how does a customer know they need an alignment? Maybe Uncle Joe told them they needed an alignment. Or maybe it's your job to tell them they need an alignment. Maybe you need to create need recognition or need determination with the alignment in order for them to feel like they need the alignment. So the first step in the buying process is determining need. The second step is gathering information. Now, this doesn't necessarily apply in this situation because they've either come to you and said, I need an alignment, and therefore that's a pretty easy sale because they're already in the buying process. We can give them a little bit of information as to what it will cost and how long it will take. Maybe if there's other parts or an inspection that goes along with it. But what if we need to create need determination? Then maybe we show them the need, the tires are worn out or whatever we observed. And then we kind of, the information gathering is who can do alignments. Well, we can take care of it for you, so we can skip that part. But the determining alternatives is part of their education. And even if you create need with them, you still may need to educate them on what's going to go on for the alignment because you want to get them to purchase decision. And if you get them to purchase decision and they say, yes, great, we've got the sale. So remember, it starts with need and then you've got to educate. You've got to fill in some information and fill in the alternatives and so that they can make a purchase decision. And then the post-purchase behavior we want to influence. And that's essentially them wanting to return to you because of your exceptionally high level of customer satisfaction. So remember the buying process when it comes to selling. Now your goal here is to keep things simple. We don't need to get too technical in terms of alignments. Sometimes it's just a matter of explaining that it helps to protect the value that you've invested in your tires. Understand enough yourself that you can explain to the customer what an alignment is, why it needs to be done, and how it's going to happen. Know enough also to carry on a conversation with the technician. Because there may be things that come up that you're going to need to relay from the technician to the customer that you need enough of an understanding with in order to get the sale. Ultimately, I want you to have the goal of selling more alignments. Why do I say that? Here's why. Alignments are gravy. Alignments are almost pure gross profit. The more alignments you sell, the more money you're all going to make. And there are very few cars on the road that don't legitimately need an alignment. I've put one vehicle in my entire career on the rack. 25 years of turning a wrench, I've put one vehicle on the alignment rack that did not legitimately need an alignment. That I could back it off and go, hey, you know what? We don't need to do this today. One in 25 years of turning a wrench. So most cars on the road are going to need an alignment. Therefore, that's opportunity for you to sell. Now, here's the other advantage you have in selling alignments above many other things. There are very few things a customer actually has an awareness of on their automobile. But alignments are one of those things that many do have an awareness of. They've usually heard of in alignment. They don't always know what's involved, but they know it's about tires. They associate alignments with tire wear, maybe with steering wheel off center. Many customers associate with steering wheel vibration, whether that's correct or not. But they have an association of alignment in their automobile. They know it's something they need. Hey, isn't that the first step in the buying process? So if you can connect them with that need, you've got them in the buying process. From a technical standpoint, your technicians or maybe even you know that alignments associated with tire wear, they can be associated with braking, even pulls when braking, vehicle handling, cornering, things like that, ride comfort even, steering, suspension component longevity, ooh, there's a technical term, and safety. There's certainly more to alignments. But the customer doesn't always need to know all of this. They essentially need to know why they need an alignment. what's it going to cost, and what's going to go on when they perform the alignment. How do I know the alignment has been done and done properly? That would be the value. Customer satisfaction is what we all strive for, right? And with alignment, we can't have customer satisfaction, even if we get the sale. If the steering wheel is crooked, if the tires wear in the first 10,000 miles, if the vehicle pulls or drifts. So these are things the customer has an awareness of that are related to customer satisfaction. Now, we talk in class a lot about, one of the funny things about our industry is that you can spend $1,200 on 4 tires, 2 ball joints, and alignment, and drive out of the shop not noticing what you spent the $1,200 on. Whereas if you bought a TV, you knew what you spent the $1,200 on because you're sitting there with your beverage of choice watching it. Customers have an awareness of steering wheel, of steering vibration, and it will be enhanced after they spend some money. You have an opportunity to create value because they can see this repair sometimes. If you tell them what they would notice, if you plant those seeds with them, you may notice now your vehicle won't pull left anymore. You may notice now your steering wheel is straight. You may notice now that your tires will wear evenly. With alignments, it's somewhat easier to discern value, and that affects the post-purchase behavior, but it also affects how they feel about you in terms of trust. So alignments, you have an advantage. Alignment should be a pretty easy sell. Now, how you go about selling them depends on what equipment you have. If you have quick check alignment equipment, I think that's the best thing in the industry right now. Because you can check an alignment in under 90 seconds, if you're good at it, under 60 seconds, and you can show the customer a piece of paper. What are you doing? You're creating need. So I came in for an oil change. Would you like us to throw your vehicle on the alignment rack real quick? Actually, we don't even put it on an alignment rack anymore. We put these 4 sensors on, and it measures your alignment like that. We can tell you whether your tires are wearing properly or not. 60 seconds? Yeah, go ahead and do it. Show them a piece of paper. You're creating need, aren't you? I didn't know when I came in I needed an oil change. But now you're getting me in the buying process with an alignment. So if you've got a quick check machine, awesome. Maybe you don't. Maybe you have an alignment rack in the shop. Maybe you can say to the customer, look, as part of your service today, we offer a free alignment inspection. We're going to put it on the alignment rack. We're going to mount these heads. We'll measure the alignment, and we'll let you know if it needs one or not. Is that something you'd like us to do today for you? It's a free service that we offer. Hey, fantastic. Now, if you sublet it, it's not going to happen like that, right? So if you have quick check equipment, that's the best. If you have your own alignment equipment, you can advertise and offer free alignment inspections. I do it all the time with my clients because it's something customers have an awareness of, and there are very few times that you don't find something that vehicle needs. Now, your sales strategy should include gathering information from the customer. If they came to you and said, yeah, I need alignment, you better gather information, not just say, oh, we can do that, no problem, give me your keys. Why do you think you need an alignment? Make sure you're fixing the right problem. So it should include gathering information, your sales strategy, including gathering information. It should also include what are the opportunities here as well. So if you're going to do an alignment, whether they requested or whether you sold it, it includes a pre-alignment inspection. Now if you're going to sell the alignment, you better have this inspection done beforehand. Because anything with the suspension and steering that's going to affect the alignment needs to be inspected first. If it's worn out, if it's broken, if it's out of tolerance, whatever it may be, you need to sell those components along with the alignment. So your sales strategy should include this pre-alignment inspection before we have the conversation. If the customer comes to you and says, I need an alignment, make sure you have them understand that you do a pre-alignment inspection first to make sure that all the systems that are connected with the alignment are in great operating order and we can go ahead and just make adjustments. Otherwise, if there's a needed repair, we will inform you of that. Are there opportunities based on the maintenance schedule? All right, that should be part of your alignment sales strategy. When does the manufacturer recommend the alignment? Once a year, every 15,000 miles? What's the OE say? Because again, that's a third party that you can show the customer and says, hey, the manufacturer recommends this now. Oh, well, if they do, then maybe you should do it. We talked about the alignment inspection. Make sure you focus on that. And then your strategy has got to include educating the customer. More so than red is bad, green is good on the alignment report, right? Educate them as to what systems affect the alignment. The steering system, the suspension system, braking, all of these things are related to the nothing functions in isolation, right? So your sales strategy has to include all of these things. Now, what is an alignment? Do you understand what alignment is? I mean, we talk about it all the time, but do you understand it? Can you explain it in simple terms? Can you demonstrate it to a customer? Right? Can you do that? Can you watch the video, or have you watched the video already, understanding wheel alignments as part of the Sales Academy? All right, it's a little more technical, but watch it, because it will help your understanding of what an alignment is. Now, if we want to simplify it, we can say a properly performed alignment returns the steering wheel to center, and the suspension components, I screwed that up, I didn't really mean that. A properly performed alignment returns the steering and suspension components to the factory intended geometrical relationship. That's an alignment in a nutshell. What is that though? Seriously? Geometrical relationship, Greg? Alright, let's try this. In English this time, an alignment makes sure that the steering and suspension parts are in the right place for factory design handling, ride comfort, tire wear, and braking. It makes sure everything's back to factory specs. Oh, okay. And it will affect your braking, your steering, your ride comfort, your handling, all of that. So let's put it back to factory specifications. Perfect. Okay, that's what an alignment is. Great. What does the customer know? My steering wheel's off center, my tires are worn out, the vehicle might drift, or Uncle Joe said I need an alignment. Maybe it's got a vibration. Maybe it's not alignment related at all. Maybe again it's Uncle Joe. Or maybe they just think you're trying to sell them an alignment. In which case, all three of these, they need an education. They may be at need recognition, but you've got to give them information and help them determine their alternatives and their options. You might know that alignments are important, that there's lots of repairs out there that require an alignment. You also might know that every tire you sell should come with an alignment, and that the need for alignment might be obvious or it might not be. Customers don't always know this. But the shop and your technicians know that the alignment is going to be important for ultimate customer satisfaction. We can put tires on it now, or we can change the engine or move the transmission or whatever it may be, do a clutch job where we move the transmission. If we don't do the alignment, 10,000 miles down the road, 5,000 miles down the road, because we move some suspension components in the process, tire's going to be worn out. And that's going to make the customer unhappy. You see, alignments are required for a lot of vehicle repairs. Customers may need to be educated on that. Most engine jobs you do today, you should be selling an alignment with it. Every suspension job, you should be selling an alignment with it. Should include the alignment. But you've got to educate the customer as part of that buying process so that they can make the right decision. We as a shop also know that offering a free alignment inspection is a way to get the wheels off the vehicle, is a way to inspect the vehicle and find the other undercar maintenance and repair work. Okay? As I said before, alignments have a great return on investment. They're pure profit centers. But you've got to educate the customer on why they need alignment and why certain jobs require an alignment. A big thing today is that when you do an alignment, it's connected to a bunch of other technology. If you don't align a vehicle properly, your steering wheel angle sensor may not work properly. If you don't calibrate the steering wheel angle sensor after the alignment, the vehicle may not work properly. You see, alignments are even connected to the electronics today. Because of electric power steering now, alignments are even more critical. The vehicle needs to understand what direction it's headed in so it can make a decision on where to turn the steering wheel. There's something most customers don't even know was a challenge on their automobile. So today's automobile requires even more attention to alignments than they did previously. Keep that in mind when you're educating the customer. The challenge to you is to understand these opportunities and to be able to educate the customer so that you can create a solid sales presentation. So really, selling wheel alignment comes down to your own education and being able to connect that with what the customer recognizes as their need. Now, if they don't recognize the need, then you need to create that need recognition in them. And you do that through education as part of your sales process. So understand what the alignment is, what it does, what it's connected to, and why they need it so that you can then explain it to the customer. Because that will increase your confidence. And when your confidence increases, your customer's confidence increases. And that will help you build high levels of trust and get you to the peak of the customer satisfaction pyramid. All right, it'll help you create the exceptional customer service experience. It will help you create fixed right first time. And that will generate trust with your customer and make the next sale even easier. You need to understand the buying process. Never forget that. And understand it. Think to yourself, where is the customer in the buying process? Provide some alignment education to them. Show them why the technician feels they need an alignment. Show them the components that are going to get adjusted when you do the alignment. Educate them. Education is empowerment. And then ask for the sale. Can we get the alignment done for you while you're here today? It'll help protect that investment you made in your tires last month. Okay? All right, folks, I hope this helps some. Remember your keys to selling alignments. Need recognition. Show them the tires. Show them the alignment report. Red is bad, green is good. Even if that's as far as you go with it, at least show it to them. It'll create need recognition. Educate them on what the expectations are. Educate them on what they may have noticed in terms of creating need recognition. You may have noticed your car pulled to the left. You may have noticed your tires are wearing a little bit funny or a little bit unevenly. After we perform the alignment and put tires on the automobile, you can expect reasonable tire wear. Keep them rotated, and you can expect your steering wheel to be straight, no more drift to the left. Educate them on expectations. Reinforce the fact that alignments help protect their investment. Okay? Your tools, virtual vehicle. Virtual vehicle, use virtual vehicle. That's a great animated program that you can use to educate your customer. Use it. Get good at using it. It'll impress the customer. Use the alignment report. Customers love that piece of paper. If you can show them a piece of paper from a machine, they'll believe it. Show them what the camber, caster, and toe readings are. And watch the technical program for that understanding. You can even keep tire tread examples. Have technicians cut up tire tread that have wear on them. You can keep those samples. They'll be kind of dirty, but you can show them to a customer and say, look, here's essentially what we're trying to keep from happening. Now your tires are wearing pretty well right now, but it's been 17,000 miles since you've had your last alignment. And with the roads we have around here, I would highly recommend you do an alignment. We want to avoid this from happening. Oh, okay. So use tread examples. Folks, I hope all this helps some. Okay? Check out the technical knowledge for service advisors, understanding wheel alignments. And until we meet next time, keep up the great work and never stop learning.